Good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel. Tonight we do have your favorite program, My Point of View, the program designed for you to actually react to the stories of the week that we actually bring right here. Stories that do include headlines of the week and stories that have been there in the news and also on social media and any other platform. To host it, my name is Chaza right here. And on the panel, I do have, people that join us. And of course, already we do have CJ Chibonta Jule. CJ, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening once again, Chaza. It's a pleasure to be on this program. Even if we are from the other one, it's like we are continuing.
Exactly. Yeah, it is definitely a good thing to actually have you on the program. And I am hopeful that, Wom Kelewai will join us along the way. Without much ado, this program was supposed to start at, exactly 20, but we had another program that was running and hence having it, delay. We sincerely apologize. That being the case, let's get to the first story and we see you on the other side.
Office of the Chief Justice and discovered that all these properties that they seized from Honorable Msukwa were accounted for. Now, instead of just this, and they have resolved that not only Honorable Msukwa but many other senior members of the party, they want to have operatives of the state to start planting illicit items, drugs, and other things as a way of framing and implicating innocent citizens just because they have chosen to remain members of Patriotic Front. The DEC has continued to abuse citizens and mainly senior officials of Patriotic Front. We have our provincial chairman for Wapura province of Samsunga, who was on party programs in Samfi and other districts of Wapula, and the vehicle he was using was impounded by DEC. And they want to claim, like they are claiming with everybody, that this could be process of crime. And the Zambian people must pay attention to these activities that are taking place. These people are systematically working towards paralyzing, if not destroying, institutions of government. Today we are hearing of the forced resignation of the Auditor General. And that is only a sign that the Auditor General's office is gone and compromised. Honorable Mulenga Kampamba, our national chairman, is one of the people that put on the list to find something they can frame her with. From the time that she was Minister of Information, later on Minister of Community Development, Minister of Livestock and Fisheries. They are searching for something they can use against these members of Patriotic Front. Yesterday, we also had an unfortunate incident, which we picked days before, of even people that have never served in government, like Mr. Daniel, being searched. We may not give details, but all we know is that Mr. Hakainde Hichilema has given a directive that up to about 17 to 20 people must be arrested from tomorrow into next week to try and just disrupt and disrupt the attention of the Zambian people towards the challenging issues they are faced with, the high cost of commodities and all these challenges, the bills that are going to Parliament which are meant to undermine institutions, offices, constitutional offices that are supposed to protect the justice system of this country. All these put together, they are operating, but they use PF officials and members through arrests as a disruption. So just for the Zambian people to know that tomorrow it is our mother, Madam Esther.
There we have it. That is the first story that we do have tonight. And we've been joined by Wiseman Don right here. Wiseman, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, comrades, and good evening, CJ. How are you?
CJ appears to be on mute there. It's a pleasure, having you. Let us have your viewpoint as regards, this story that we have at hand.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, Bom Kelewai. Good to see you. I think my view on this, thank you. I think my view on this issue, comrades, there is nothing different with that topic which we had about Tassila, of which same view from that Tassila one is the same view I can pose on this issue of what this Nakashinda has said. I think I remember last time when we had this discussion, I said that these people, they know what is coming on their way. And normally, what a thief does, it is calling for sympathy in advance before the action can be taken. I mean, what benefit will the government get in planting something in someone's property for them to arrest that person? I'm sure you heard previously when one of their senior member, when he was saying, we need to work hard because once we lose power, a lot of us will be in prison. By then they were in power. So if there's anything, someone planted something bad in their yard or in their premises, they planted those things on themselves. They were putting this seed on the soil. Now the seed is germinating. So those things they were doing, now they're germinating. No one has planted that seed for them. It's themselves who have done that. So let them continue crying. We are going to give them a sympathy visit in prison, but not a sympathy visit, not a sympathy support outside the court. Let them go and defend themselves.
All right, Wiseman, thank you so much. We do appreciate, Bom Kelewai has, joined us. Bom Kelewai, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Chaza. Good evening, CJ. Good evening, Wiseman.
Right on. Please
evening.
let us hear your submission as regards this story that we have at hand.
Is this a story where Nakashinda was complaining or warning the people in advance?
Exactly, yes.
Wow. The guilt ones are always afraid. And when the authorities are after you and you know that you are guilty, you will always come out and start crying foul when they have not even touched you yet. For them to start talking or making anticipations that they are going to be arrested, they know themselves what they did, and they know, because why don't we hear Edith Nawakwi complaining that they are being persecuted? Why don't we hear what's his name again? The other oppositions, but it's only those that were in the previous government. So they know themselves, they know what they did, and they know that they will be visited no matter what, because of the properties that they acquired within a shortest period of time that could not be explained. Today we hear them justifying. They are trying to justify their illegal acquired properties. That is it a sin? They even ask foolish questions that, is it a sin for someone to own property or to have 69 or 20 vehicles or to have this and this? When you are known, you were known in a society that you have no business experience in whatever field, you are just a dropout, for example. And then suddenly, we know actually that you were busy begging money from people from one office to another. Then suddenly, we see you buying helicopters. We see you buying properties worth thousands without even explaining to us how you came to have those things. And moreover, you were in a government institution. You were a public servant. You were a public servant. So why can't we, the people that pay taxes, question you? If our government is poor, that they even failed to pay to service their debt, but the people that were running the government, the people that we entrusted to steer this ship in the right direction, we see them well vested, well positioned in society with colossal sum of money, with properties that are unexplainable, that they cannot even explain themselves how they manage. Some of them don't even believe how they came to have such properties, to acquire such properties or wealth. That is where we come in as citizens to ask. And when we ask, it does not mean we are jealous. No. We ask because we are concerned, because that is our money. It is us who are paying the price today. We are buying expensive meal today because someone, somewhere, took the money and pocketed the money that ought to have been used to buy cheaper fuel or buy cheaper maize, or to have enough money to beef up our the current world challenges that we are facing. But instead, we don't have those things. So for him to complain and to continue crying that they are being persecuted, they are being targeted, they even make anticipations that next they are targeting to be arrested on such a day, 20 people. Well, if anything, the number should even go more, because we want answers. And let them go to court. Tasila Lungu has already said it. We don't want to hear you guys complain in the media. Go to court and explain to the court. Let the police and the prosecutors do their job. You just shut up and go and answer. We are not interested in listening to your cries. Go to court and answer. If you are found not guilty, you'll be exonerated. You go and back and sit. And if you are found guilty, then we'll come and visit you, like a wise man said. We'll be coming to visit you. So in short, don't come Mwiranina Pachulu crying, lion, lion, when you have been fooling us for a long time. Now that things are happening, then you want to cry, lion. Twalimishiva, Wufyu.
All right, well, thank you so much. We do appreciate. Himba just joined us, a couple of minutes ago. Himba, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Chaza. Good evening, viewers, and good evening, everyone on the panel.
All right, it's definitely good to have you. And let me just make mention that we need to be as brief as possible, and probably if we can, 1 minute to react to a story will actually get to help us, especially that we are a greater number tonight. Let me give you this opportunity, Himba, before CJ comes in. What's your reaction?
Chaza, for me, nabwo react apa paribe ni message cheyo bawuza abantu. Like what comes from Nakachinda, to me it doesn't even interest me anymore. Even watching him, I don't even waste my time even listening to him, because Nakachinda has really disappointed us. Especially he has disappointed our generation. These are the leaders who are supposed to be, to prepare to take over from these current leaders. These are the young leaders we have now. So not even we have now, we should have had. But look, I don't know whether Nakachinda now is a politician or he's a amachita commentator pama dreams akarotako chachitika chintu, then he commentates. Because basically for me, even listening to him is sheer waste of time. And I don't even know whether he's a politician or he's just a commentator on issues. Having said that, the opposition in Zambia is dead. They are the one who are even Diabapaya and Aziko, because the opposition in Zambia, they don't know what they are supposed to do. They don't know their responsibilities, their checks and balances. They don't know what they are supposed to do. And to tell you the truth, by the time they realize President Hakainde Hichilema will be miles away from them, because bangolira vaupuva kuba benze kubabeka manje apa bafuna tingenemo babwera ku media every day. When they were cutting my check here, Jasembe benzo bwera na ife batuza na cutting also check. You know, they were stealing on their own, they were enjoying on themselves. So let them go and answer. You can't be doing things babwa balira kuno. We don't have time. We trusted them once they disappointed us, and we really don't even have to. It's sheer waste of time. You know, your Bible says you visited me when I was in jail. Yes, but kulija watu wakuna mizira noti ya kutuyenda na mjeo uzimvera no zimvera ena enda kuzeo nienda kuseo. No, Chaza. Nakachinda, what comes out of Nakachinda to me, yeah, tafimfumi omutima, and you know, I just feel like he makes noise. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, CJ. What's your take as regards, this issue that we do have?
Thank you very much, Chaza. I was looking for the binoculars and I couldn't see them, you know. I wonder what happened to them. Yeah. Well, my take on this one, he mentioned the resignation of the Auditor General, and you know, just picking up from what the police spokesperson was saying, is that police operate on invitations. Okay, if someone has done something that has got criminal inclination and they receive a report, they'll act on it. So the people that the police follow or that the police call, it means there is an invitation that has been given to them. So as they complain, okay, we need to look at the invitation. What is the offense? Okay, so it means there's something. So the people who do not have these questionable things around them, they are at peace. They are not being followed by the police. They are not being called to the police. So I think it is important that a spade should be called a spade. And I think some officers wakapange nevias konkatabe ma 5 years, the way we are having general elections, they should be following that presidential term, so that the allegiance, you know, is straightforward. They do not seem to find themselves in conflict with the government. Okay, because for example, like the office of the DPP, okay, when there's a new government, there might be those I'd say, you know, there's that connotation that he might be aligned to the former ruling government and the like. So I think it would be easy, so that in terms of interest, they are also saved from the public attacks or public perception that they are aligned to a particular person. So never but all you know, let's call a spade a spade. If there's something that a person is suspected to have done and police have evidence, they are going to follow them. So leaders, as you are in office, conduct yourselves properly, so that you are not dishing out invitation to law enforcement. That is Zambia Police. I end there.
Thank you so much, CJ. We do appreciate. And, you know, those of you that are just joining us, this is Ubuntu Channel, and you are watching the program called My Point of View. And, you know, this program is for you to add your voice or to react to the stories and headlines that we actually present on this particular program. Let's move on to the next story, and we have a set of reactions on the other side.
look for a new investor. I think that a month or so ago, we had mentioned that there were about 13 companies that were interested in running Mopani, and reputable ones for that matter. So government has been running a process, and as we are talking now, we have shortlisted companies which will now be again taken through the mill. At first they submitted what we are calling non-binding offers. After government scrutinized the non-binding offers, they had to go back now and do binding offers, which have already come in. So as I'm giving you this update, the team is sitting now to open the binding offers. It's a matter of days. We are no longer counting months. It's a matter of days before the final bidder is picked, and the nation will be informed accordingly. We are targeting 31st of July to pick the targeted bidder. So it's no longer now searching. It's a matter of now picking the best offer, because as New Dawn government, our focus is you, the Zambian people. So in whatever we are doing, and this is why we are taking, seemingly we are taking long, but it's in the best interest of you, the Zambian people. We want a win-win situation on the table. We don't want deals that will make us, you know, be disoriented in a few months after the deal is signed. So we are now at a point where we are just about to pick the person or the company or the entity that will run with us in as far as Mopani is concerned.
You are muted, Chaza.
Okay, so it appears that Chaza has got a connectivity issue there. We hope he comes back soon. Kelewai, what is your reaction to that clip?
Well, it's about time. People have been waiting. We wanted to see things being done. People have been crying that the mines have been lying idle. There hasn't been any production going on. There hasn't been anything positive that was happening. And when we hear such news today, this week by the minister, saying that they have now reached an advanced stage where they just have to pick the best bidder. And to me, I feel that's the way to go. And I just hope that according to what he has said, that we are not going to be disappointed, that it will be a win-win situation where both the Zambian and the company that they're going to pick will benefit. And I just hope that they are not going to give the other company or the company that is going to take over those tax holidays that we've been showered with by the oppositions, claiming that this government is selling out our country by giving favorable conditions to foreign investors or investors that are coming into our country. We don't want those. We were beaten once, now we are shy. I just hope that this current government is going to make sure that they come up with a good deal as they negotiated even in the debt restructuring, whatever arrangement. So we are very confident as a country, as the citizens, that they have our best interest at heart, as he has already alluded earlier. So we are happy. So saying that, I think we just have to wait and see how which company is going to take over, and congratulate them, and hoping that we start making productions and employment creations are given to our Zambian people. Those are issues that I would love to see, and the mind back to productivity, to produce, and all the benefits that we as a country and our citizens need should be tabled there. We want transparency and give back information to the Zambian people. And this is what we want to see. And thank you to the minister, and thank you to the New Dawn for sharing such a positive message to us. But we are watching, and we can't wait for the conditions that you guys have agreed upon. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Bom Kelebai, and thank you, CJ, for covering me up. I was thrown away. And it's good to be back here. Let me invite you, CJ, to react to this story.
Okay, I won't say much. I'm not a mining expert. Yeah, but what would be of interest to me is that whatever deals that they are making, let them ensure that as locals will get the best benefit out of them. Let the mines get back into running, and let people get the jobs. People on the Copper Belt have been complaining, okay? And, you know, Zambia mostly it's known for mining. That's why we get most of the revenue. So whatever deals they are making, let them just make sure that Zambians get the most out of it, because copper wazakumba is asira. Then we'll just remain with the big ditches, and you know, and then what does the country benefit out of it? So they should ensure that the deals have the best possible benefit for the nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wise man Don, are you there? Great. I invite you to make known your reaction to this story that we have.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade, and thank you very much to the minister for that wonderful news. I think I have been waiting for that, and it's good that now we are able to see that some development happening on those mines in the Copper Belt, more especially Mopani, and you saw how our friend misused those mines, and how they shared among themselves our resources through those mines. You know, hearing about this news, I think it's a motivational one, which is coming from us Zambians. Mine, the only two things which I will encourage my government, the Union government, through the president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, the mines minister, and the whole team, is that when it comes to mining, Zambia has been blessed with a lot of minerals, and once we have got that privilege of having a lot of minerals, different minerals, the god of this world, Switzerland, copper, and everything, it's high time maybe our government could introduce a subject to be teaching us Zambians how to mine, the value of those minerals, and where to sell those minerals, because currently in our education system it's not there. So becoming a professional miner in Zambia is a big challenge, and even bidding for those mines, if you were to be interested in bidding to learn that mine, is very difficult, because most of the things we're just learning by if you're working from Mopani with those our colleagues from other countries, that's how we are learning currently, or those who have got privilege of going out to go and study from those countries which have got those type of subjects. Those are the ones which we are calling professional. But for now in Zambia, we are lacking such kind of facility. So for me, I know and I believe in this government, they are going to make it. Please, can they bring that facility so that more all of us who have got interest in mining, we're able to go there and learn how to do mining. And secondly, quick one, it's an appeal to the mines minister as well, as they are trying to push hard to those big mines, make sure that they are in operation. Let them as well think about us young ones, youths, especially youths, to be given licenses as well. We have been applying for this issue of licenses for too long, and that they are taking long for them to come out. So we are small-scale miners. If we are not being given license on time, how are we going to become big scale miners to compete on those Mopani and everything. So for me, I appeal to our beloved minister. They can maybe quicken up some process of releasing the licenses for us small scale miners so that we can be potential Mopani owners, KCM owners, and these other big mines owners in the near future. But I think those are the few ways I can add to this story, Mike.
Thank you so much, Wiseman. We do appreciate, and it's a good thing that right on the panel here tonight we do have someone who is directly affected in terms of him being a small scale miner, and this speaks directly to him. It's good to have that reaction from you. Let's get to the next story, and on the other side we get to react to what we are going to view right now.
What the Zambian people want. Whatever the Zambian people want, the New Dawn government is processing accordingly to the will of the people of Zambia. So far, the government has done a lot of strides, and the question of the Access to Information Bill, the process is going on, because to come up with an act, there's a process. Where we are, government has moved at another level, where now it's waiting, it's seeking cabinet approval. That's the stage where we are at. And the citizen of Zambia, it also, in terms of economics, it will bring in transparency now to do business. I will tell you, there will be money that shall be saved when that process is enacted. Today, as we speak, procurement, they only pick 3 bidders. How they do that, we don't know. But with that process now, the Zambian people will have the right to know.
Chaza, we can't hear you again. The usual technical issues. Well, Wamkilabai, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. We've been joined by Rafik. Rafik, welcome to Ubuntu channel, and welcome to Point of View. Good evening. Okay. So quickly, Wiseman, your reaction to that clip.
CJ, my network was a bit bad when that clip was playing. I couldn't get exactly what the story was all about. I don't know if you can quickly learn it for me. Maybe you get it clear. My network.
Who actually, spare your reaction. We'll spare your reaction as regards this story. We'll proceed with those that followed it. And I hope no one has reacted yet. It has become a custom for me to be. CJ, did we have anyone reacting?
No, not yet.
Or while this man was the first one?
Network was a little bit bad when the clip was playing, So we're hoping it plays again. We hear the whole story.
To come through. Rafiki, good evening, and do make note. Rafiki, are you there?
Hello, can you get me?
Yes, we
can. You get me?
Okay, I'll
Yes,
spare
we
you
can.
for now.
Good evening, Chaza.
Yes, we can hear you. CJ, let me invite you
Yes,
then
yes,
to react to the story.
Okay, so basically, he's talking about the access
evening,
to information bill.
Rafiki. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, Chaza. How are you doing? Warm
Yes,
Keleva,
CJ, I
how
think
are you doing?
can
And
come
Wiseman
through.
Don, how are you doing?
We are fine, thank you, Warafik.
Thank you. Okay, can you get? Yes. Our network is a little bit. I was saying that the clip which was playing, the network was a bit jumpy, so we didn't get the actual story which was going on there. Could you please elaborate more, Mr. Chaza, there?
Chaza, are you still there?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, are you getting me?
Now we can hear you. Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me leave it up to you, CJ. Maybe just a quick one on the clip that we are from viewing.
Okay, so I'll just he's talking about the access to information bill. This is something that has been pushed. Media houses have been pushing for this bill to be enacted into law. Information is power, okay? And with this bill, citizens will be able to get information and access information, unlike certain processes and things that seem to be a secret, and it's not easy to get information. Even right now, even for media personnel, it is challenging to approach certain offices and be given information because of some of the bureaucracy and restrictions that are there. But with the enactment of the access to information, what will happen is that it will be easy for citizens to access information and vital information. For you to do anything, you need information, you need correct information. So it is a necessity that government should really work this thing out and ensure that they put it into law as soon as possible. I'll end there.
Chaza. Right. Yeah, thank you so much, CJ. We do appreciate. I must believe that Rafiki and Wiseman know now what the clip was about. Having said so, let me invite Wiseman to react to this story now.
Okay, thank you very much, Chaza, and thank you, CJ, for learning us up our mind. Network sometimes can be a disappointing part of it. That said and done, I think access to information bill is a very important bill, which we Zambians, we need. That is the fact, and the media team, they have been crying for that for too long, and it's high time that with the promise of our president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, and this new Dawn government, that bill can be put into a law now. But each and every story, Chaza and CJ, it has got three sides of itself. There's the side of my side, your side, and the truth. So it's just an appeal to all the media houses as well. Where we have got media houses who have got personal interest in whatever story they are trying to give the nation. So when that access to information bill comes, when you have been given the rightful information, for example, Minister of Finance has given you the information of how they have spent the money which they grabbed from the thieves, it is not with your own interest to go and start manipulating that information and give the citizen the information which is on your self-interest. It is with the interest of all the media houses in Zambia when the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Finance has given you the information that that house or that money which we forfeited from this person, it has gone to this facility. Please, as the media, go and give the nation the information which is correct, which has come from that Ministry of Mines. We are appealing and pleading that if this act comes into a law, please give us the right information which you have gotten from whatever source of information. We don't want an event where you have been given a proper information, that information, then at last, because of your self-interest and the masters you are saving, to give us false information. By the end of the time, when you were giving us that false information, my battery was 100%. The time you are apologizing to say that was false information, my battery is 0%. Me, I'll get that first information to say this was the truth, and I'll go with that. So for me, as the government, as you are trying to bring that in law, please bring again a law. Whatever media give us false information, cross them. It is again should be the balancing law. The side of the media and the side of the government. We need the truth. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate that. Rafiki, are you there? Let's hear your reaction.
I'm here. Thank you so much, Chaza, for this opportunity to add in my reactions on the bill. I would say whatever the new Dawn government is doing is something that we really want. They've planned up so many good things for this government. But you know, one thing I want to point out here is that Zambia has been behind in so many things. We've been trying to have so many things in place for a long time. But the challenge that I have with the new Dawn government is the pace which they are moving at. They are moving so slow. When I would go back a bit, when we were voting, we really wanted things to be as they were said by the government, by the president himself, HH, as he was promising, you know, when he was entering, when he was campaigning to enter government, you know. But and then after the president entered the government, we've seen that these things are moving very slow. They are moving very slow, and personally, I would say I don't like this pace which we are moving at. I would say, okay, I'll put this. I was one person who was on the other camp, but after seeing so many things broken apart in that camp where I was, I decided to take my vote to this other camp. And when I threw my vote to this other camp, my whole purpose was to see that things change quickly, because in the other camp, things were so bad and they were a bit irritating in some ways. So my changing to the other camp was to see things change as soon as they can. So this bill being seen or being reacted on now, I would say maybe after 2 years or so, is kind of delaying to me. And there are so many things which haven't been put in place right now as we are talking. The debt restructuring, yes, it came, it happened, we are happy, but we were supposed, at this stage where we are right now, we're supposed to be seeing fruits, we're supposed to be eating the fruits. But I would say because of a delayment, the fruit will be eaten later on. Same with this bill which has been enacted now. Because of the delayment, we won't see the fruit as much as we want to see it now. It will be seen later on. Okay. And why I'm saying things are slow, you know, as things are moving slowly, the past has been eaten already. It's been eaten already, and then there isn't that part to replace quickly. That part which was thrown off. You know, I don't know if you're getting what I'm trying to say here. There was a lot of things which were eaten. Okay, we've had so many things which were not in place, and my passion was to see things working as quickly as he planned them, as quickly as he promised that he's going to do things in such a way. I'm just a bit disappointed that things are moving very slow. There are so many promises right now which were done by I know we are just looking at this bill, yes, which has come in. I'm happy it has come, but it has delayed. That's my whole point. it has delayed. By the time it comes in law, I don't know when it will be done, and by the time it becomes active, I don't know when it will be active. Maybe it will be heading to another election, which means we won't benefit that thing that my vote was thrown in on that day. I think that's my reaction towards this. So many things have been promised, but we are really looking forward to quickening things so that we begin to enjoy these things. We talked of so many things. The New Dawn government talked of so many things: fuel going down, food prices going down, and a lot of things which were promised. But as we are right now, so many things are not in place. I would just say to the new Dawn government, is that please quicken your steps. Whatever it is that is making you go backwards or do things slowly, please make sure it happens quicker. That's my reaction towards everything here. I think that this is how I can react to whatever the New Dawn government is bringing in. Thank you.
Chaza, are you there? Chaza. Okay. Am I audible, Mkelewai?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I think it seems that Chaza is having a connectivity issue. Maybe we can go to the next story. Have you already, Mkelewai? Have you already made your submission?
We can just proceed because I think a lot has been said, even though I just wanted to react somehow, but I think for the sake of time, let's progress. The bill is on. The bill is on and it's in progress. So to me, that's a plus.
Okay, thank you. Director, I think you can give us the next clip, even as we'll be waiting for
It's coming back from where? It's coming back from where?
His retirement. I mean,
no.
We received a letter. I mean, there was a letter that was written by him just a few weeks after there was a change of administration.
Yeah.
From that of the Patriotic Front to then and now ruling the then opposition, now ruling United Party for National Development administration, that he has retired, and there were some changes at the party level. Of course, those are some of the matters that are before the courts of law. But clarify this. Did he leave the political space when Zambia changed government?
Not at all. Not at all. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, we went for convention prior to 2021 general elections. And he was elected president of the party. And the presidency of Edgar Chagwa Lungu comes to an end somewhere in 2026. We have president in the party, Patriotic Front, according to the constitution of our party. A president is elected through a convention. And President Edgar Chagwa Lungu was elected through the convention. And he is our president. As I speak, the president for Patriotic Front is Edgar Chagwa Lungu.
So
Chaza, we can't hear you again. I think connectivity is against you today. Well, I think with this one, I think go first.
All right, thank you so much. Muchivemba barandati bamukolenga bafula tabucha bwangu ba PF. I don't know how many spokespersons they have in their camp. and anyone can say anything about how they want, how they wish, how their party is performing, and we are confused. They are a confused party, in short. They can say anything. The question is, where did Lusambo get that authority or for him to say those things? What made him to say that President Lungu is still in active politics when the government in today is in receipt of a letter from former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu for having resigned from active politics. And I believe by so doing, that is why the government today have to pay him his benefits. Because if Lungu was still in active politics, I don't think the government would have accorded him the opportunity of being given his benefits or terminal benefits or those benefits that former presidents, those who are out of active politics, accrued. There is nothing. The President Lungu, the former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, retired from active politics. It is only you, the PF and the media, that are busy pulling him back into the scene of getting him, filming him, seeing him running, following him, taking pictures of him uttering words, talking about the issues of arrest, what and what. You see, they are that is not, he's not speaking now as a party president, but he's speaking as an ex or former president who is being visited either by whose families are being visited by the police, and people want to use that or mistake that as he is involved. He's still the president of the party. Do not bring Chagwa Lungu in this political whatever arrangement, because he declared himself. He simply said he's out. If he was active, Boluvinda was not going to be the so-called acting president. And if he did not resign, he's out of politics. PF ought to have already held their convention sometime 2 years ago. But instead, they're just a confused party. They are running like headless chicken. So we understand. And we cannot even entertain their say, whatever they are busy talking about of President Lungu coming back into politics. I think what I can only say is that the PF people hate Mr. Lungu. They hate him, that they would want him to be humiliated. They want him, they like it when they see him being humiliated in public. They want to put him in the forefront there so that he can get all this negativity, the blows. Even when he was rejected by the whole nation, they rejected him to say, we don't want you to be the president anymore. But the PF still wants to drag him. I feel that the PF are busy bullying this ex-president. They are putting him, bringing him back into active politics when he does not want. It is them. We have not heard from Lungu himself to say, I declare that I am still back, I'm coming back. No, but it's the people that hate him that are enjoying to hear us talk negative about Volungu, this Volungu that people stole over his head. People, they're taking advantage of his quietness. They took advantage of him. They feel like they can still bring him back into power so they can go and steal more, take advantage, because he's easy and weak to manipulate, unlike the current president. Otherwise, I feel like that's my point to say Volungu is being taken advantage of and is being abused and bullied by his own members of the party by dragging him into politics. Talumba.
Thank you, Mkilabai. Rafik, your quick reaction.
Thank you so much, CJ. Hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can.
I would concur with Wom Klebai on what he has said. I think it is time for ECL to rest. I like what they are pulling him through. As far as I can remember, I think the president, at some time, I don't know if I'm correct on this one, he mentioned that he's out of active politics, and after that we had seen him forming some I don't know what organizations he had formed to concentrate on that, and then later we see his people coming in telling him that Teddy is not he's not out of politics and is still active. So as Vom Kaleba said, I think they are confusing everything here. They are confusing us. They are also confusing our former head of state. I don't really support this. I look at his age sometimes. He's tired. I think it's time he goes to rest. Possibly go to the farm, sit, and then enjoy some fresh air and stuff like that. And then I think that would be very good for us as Zambians. And maybe just sit back there and try to help the current president in some things that he might need help. We might not say he failed in everything. There are some things which he also did. He did well, and he would advise correctly to the current president. And he would only take that position if he resigns and sits down, forgets about everything and all these pulling ups which his people are trying to pull him in. Like Rom Keleba said again, I feel sometimes PF are just looking for sympathy, you know, and then this is what causes them to pull in this, to pull him back into politics. I would think if our former head of state was seated quietly at the farm, enjoying the fresh air, even these noises that are going around here, I don't think they wouldn't be here and there when we see in the media people saying they're attacking the president's family, no, they're abusing them and stuff like that. All these things, I don't think they would be there if your former head of state was quiet from media, quiet from social media, quiet from everything, and enjoying himself, resting from the works that he also did as well. So I feel like it has been said, they are confusing him. They are confusing their own party as well. The right thing to do for now for PF is to go and choose their president and get ready for the next elections in 2026. Not this confusion that keeps going around here and there. I don't think this is right. From the look of things, I can tell that the president wants to rest. He wants to sit down and forget about everything. But I feel there are some people pulling him back into these things for their own agendas, their own advantages. I would think so. But I would suggest that for the betterment of this country, for the better future of Zambia, I would suggest he goes and rests. It will be very good for him and for his health as well. I think at that age, we would enjoy him to just sit back and relax. It would be very good. So for now, I would advise PF to go choose their president and begin campaigning. Otherwise, these sympathy things going on, social media, what we're trying to get people's attention through jogging and whatever it is that is happening, it won't work. For now, what we need is give us a president, begin to do your best in your position. Now we just accept that now we're in opposition, do checks and balances and campaign. Let's wait for 2026. Maybe there could be some people going to choose them and put them back into power. We don't know, but I think this is the way they should go. This is the only way they should move in, as that now these things won't work out. If there's a law to take its course in any way, let it go ahead and do it. We've got credible, very good law. I mean, very good. What's that word? Where we have very good judiciary in Zambia. I think they'll take it up, whatever it is that needs to be taken up, and then it will take its course, like the former president's daughter said that if we allow the law to take its course, so let's leave it to the law. What must be left to the law, let the law take it up. What must be left to politics, let politics drive it up. And what it must be left to resigning, let the resigning take it up, like that. I think that way it will go better for now. I think PF is wasting their time in talking about all these dramas that are going on. If PF wants to stand back as a party, they've wasted almost, I think, 2 years for now. We don't even know their president as at now. We don't know who is going to stand in 2026. We don't know. But I think they've wasted enough time. It's time to stand up, choose their president, go for their convention or whatever it is. They choose their president and keep moving and do their checks and balances nicely without anything attached. So that's what I can react on this matter. Thank you so much.
All right, Rafiki, thank you so much. We do appreciate, and I was out for a long time. I really do not know who has and who has not spoken. CJ, you can guide me as who comes, who has come and who has not come, so that I know who comes next.
It's me. I haven't spoken. No, I'm kidding. It's CJ. It's CJ and Wiseman who hasn't spoken anything was said. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me invite Wiseman, thereafter CJ, and after CJ we get to conclude on the program tonight.
And yourself, you were not. You have to say something.
Yes, Wiseman.
Thank you, Chaz, and thank you, CJ, for helping Chaz when I was traveling. No, it sometimes can misbehave as it is doing to me. Comrades, me, I don't like eating around the bush. I just like eating the nail on the head. And that said and done, I think those people, PF is a confused organ. And it is one of the political party which never respected our constitution. So as the Newton government, you shouldn't allow that to continue in our era. When someone is not respecting our constitution when they were in power, even when they're in opposition, they are doing the same. I think it's unacceptable. If they are claiming that President Edgar Lungu, former President Edgar Lungu, is still active in power, why are we giving him those benefits which he is not entitled for? The constitution is very clear. When someone wants to become a statesman, he needs to cease from active politics. When he's actively in politics, we should not give him those which he's entitled of. It's a constitution which has said that. So we should not be put in those lawlessness of theirs which they never respected our constitution to be continue giving them those incentives when they are not. I can assure you, for me, I call a spade a spade. I think President Lungu and other leaders of the PF, they are pretenders, and that's the fact. There's no way you can allow your son to come and speak on the media to say, my father always sleep out when you always sleep home and you are quiet as a father. If what Bowman Lusambo was saying was not true and was not coming from President Edgar Lungu, President Edgar Lungu could come on the podium and respond to that and react to that. The sign of him keeping quiet, that is the conversation they have been having behind the cameras. If what Bowman Lusambo said was not true, when that day when the daughter came to have a press briefing, it could have been on the menu of telling the nation to say, my dad is not in active politics. But because that's what they discuss, they have been discussing to say, and those words, they have been going around in their families and giving them hope that they are able to come back. That's why, even today, I was watching a audio where some PF cadres, they were in the vehicle. I'm sure you have seen that, CJ, if you have gone on the media, where they were saying, people are crying for Lungu. People want Lungu back. Where are they? Why are they getting those information? Those are the discussion they are having. So for me, it is not even these people who are trying to force him to be in active politics. That's who he is. That's why today, behind the camera, they can have a chat with President HH as brothers. But tomorrow, when he sees the camera, he will react as if they are enemies. And sometimes it shocks the president. So for me, he is active in politics. He's active in politics, said by his followers and said by his actions. We have seen statesmen. I'm a youth. I'm young, but I'm able to see some. I have had the privilege of seeing some former presidents who were former and now they are past. I was able to see KK. I was able to see Chiruba. I was able to see RB. We could see how they were acting when they were former presidents, when they were statesmen. We could see that, but we are not seeing that in this former we have now, which means he's active in politics. He's missing power. CJ, power, authority is sweet. He's missing when he was commanding this nation. So he has got hope that he is able to come back. That's why those my followers, those my bootlickers of his, they are able to come back and tell us that he's active in politics. He's the one who appointed Given Lubinda. I mean, if he's not active in politics, where did he get the authority to start appointing members in those positions which they are holding? So let us not be blindfolded to say no, he's not. When they wrote that letter, I think it is my appeal again. It is to those lawyers we have, state councils of this world we have. Please, if you are scared that you can be put to the corner, give us this chance as youths. Allow us, teach us how we can go about it. Maybe we can take it to the court. We go and challenge that letter which was written by those people to say he has resigned. We go and challenge it. We are going to go there with the Remain's point of it to say, can you interpret for us what does that mean when someone says, I've resigned? I've resigned that I've resigned. So for me, these people, I think I can't believe them. For me to believe it's Thomas, I have to go and prove that he's not active in politics. When did you see former President Lungu having a chat with HH live? When did you see the statesman we are calling now to go and attend some state functions? When? You have never seen that. When did you see President Lungu?
Wise man, allow me to cut you short, and I give a minute to CJ so that we wrap up the program. We are beyond, time allocated to us. CJ, quickly, a minute.
Thank you very much, Chaza. I agree with what other panelists have said. PF really needed to concentrate on the rebranding and making sure that they choose a leader so that they can reorganize the party and start strategizing properly for the next elections, as well as, the rebranding will actually help them get back on track. This thing where they keep on saying former President Lungu is still the president, it's actually working to their disadvantage, because the longer they keep on going around this train, the party will keep on disintegrating to the extent that there will be no PF to talk about. So let them quickly sort this thing out and have a leadership that will mobilize and, coordinate everything the way it is supposed to be coordinated before it is too late. One other thing I would also like to mention, I would say this is a trend. When a president leaves office, especially when they lose elections, I would say the first 5 years, 3-5 years are usually hell for them. We've seen even in the past, KK had his own challenges with lawsuits and, such challenges. Same with Chiluba. It was even same with RB. Okay, from Mwanawasa and Michael Sata, for them, because they died on duty, I would say they were saved from such. But if they had lost elections, probably we could have seen a similar election. I think we need to work around an atmosphere whereby presidents can retire in peace, okay, and be the statesmen that they should be, without all this hullabaloo and everything going around. And this is a thing that as a nation we need to work around so that we progress, unlike the trends that we've been seeing. So anyway, for me, let me just end on this by saying, let PF reorganize himself. Historiat Chani is still president. Let them deal with it. It's a thing. We're not up. Are they telling us that there are no people in PF who can put the party together and make it move forward? I don't think so. Thank you, Chaza.
Thank you so much, CJ. We greatly appreciate. Rafik, we thank you for actually, participating actively on this program. Not forgetting yourself, Wiseman, Mr. Mkelebai, and Himba, who has apparently left due to some connectivity, challenges. We greatly appreciate, not forgetting the people following and viewing out there. This has been My Point of View, and I've been your host. My name is Chaza. From all of us, we're saying, till next time, God bless you all.